first and foremost, we've got to kind of ask you, because we haven't had a chance to talk to you, let alone meet you. We're like meeting you like 10 seconds ago. How has this whole preseason process gone for you as you've gotten acclimated to Buffalo and your teammates here?
It's definitely, it's been exciting, up and down at times, but, that's just what it is. And it's a lot different from college, as a lot of people always ask me, what's the difference? And understanding the meetings, understanding, you want to be perfect on the field a lot, and just trying to get through the motions of trying to be around the vets and understanding the routine. And I think that's something I've really been trying to do, is build that routine, find myself as an individual, as a player, and as a person, and just going in there and having fun.
Give us the style, the coaching staff. It's a little different, a little higher level. Communication is a thing now. Give us a little idea of what the room's like with, Cook in there, you in there, with Ty Johnson in there, all those guys.
Yeah. No, we got some really good guys. I mean, like you said, Ty, we got James, we got Frank, we got DF. So it's a really good group of guys, and we all bring different sets of skill. When you get to watch James just go to work each and every day, you pick a lot of stuff out of his game, and same thing with Ty. But it's a very communicative room where those guys are giving us young guys feedback, and we're just learning and adapting and taking it day by day.
Player interview appearances on One Bills Live are presented by Tim Hortons. Tim Hortons, the official coffee of the Buffalo Bills. Ray, I don't know how many Bills fans know your inspiring story of perseverance all through your upbringing. A huge family, ton of siblings, but you kind of came through the foster care system and then kind of created your own opportunity to come east in high school. But that was a process, right? Because you had to get clearance from the state of California. Am I right? California.
Yeah.
You had to get clearance from the state of California just to come east, to come to play, high school football here.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, maybe just walk us through how that all transpired.
Yeah, I mean, being in the foster care system, you can't really leave the state without the permission of the state.
Right.
And,
sure.
While
you're a minor,
While you're a minor, and I was a ward of the state at that time. So just having the opportunity to go visit the school that I eventually ended up going to, we actually did it we weren't allowed to. My foster parent at that time, Laura, she wasn't allowed to, but, we wanted to really see what the opportunity was given. So when we did it, we went, and I fell in love with it, and it was about really just getting the rest of the system and the foster care system to understand that a lot of kids in my position to have this opportunity to go to boarding school and just change their whole life. So it was a lot of fighting, it was a lot of battling, but with the support that I had from the people that were around me, we were able to persevere and make it through. And my dad got full custody of me, and I think within the next week I ended up flying out and going there.
That's great.
And it had to be kind of for you, the transition, because of going there and having to do the transition to the NFL might be a little bit smoother for you than other guys for a lot of reasons.
For sure. I mean, for me personally, it's just about persevering and getting through all the adversity that I've been through in life, and coming into a business like the NFL where it's going to be a lot of ups and downs and highs and lows, and how do one, react and handle those situations. So for me, I try to look at life as, again, never too big, never too small, and just try to take it day by day, because, truthfully, I'm blessed to be here. I'm blessed to have this opportunity to just be playing this game, and to see where I came from, being a kid who was, in these shelters and living with different families, and having to really pave a way for myself to now being part of a 1% that not a lot of people get to make it. So I'm proud.
Yeah, and I think the best part is, I just saw it on Twitter today, that you're joining Big Brothers and Big Sisters of America's Game Changers program. I mean, you are a shining example of perseverance coming through that system. I imagine this is your willingness and want to give back here, right?
1,000%. Being able to be a part of the Game Changers, which they announced today, has been just, one, a blessing, but two, just a great opportunity to give back to the community, great opportunity to be a big in the future, to be able to mentor, a little brother or a little sister, just to show them that there is an opportunity to make something of yourself, and also at the same time, there is an opportunity to achieve your dreams, and to be able to have somebody look up to me, not just like my siblings, but someone else. It's great. It's a great feeling to have, but it's also a lot of pressure, because you want to be able to show them that there is a way and you can achieve if you really put your mind through it.
Yeah, so I know what it is. A young player coming into the league, it is there. You do feel a lot of pressure. A lot of people for the journey you've been on, the sacrifice you made, and you don't want to see it end. But it also looks like it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it is. It's fun. Like I always tell people, I got the weight of the world on my shoulders, and I've been having that feeling since I was 8 and since I was 12. Right. You know, when being at the age I am now, understanding that having all that weight sometimes add a lot of motivation, and that's the fun part about it.
Makes you strong.
It makes you strong, but you get to go out there and just play your game and play something you played your whole life. And I think that's the fun part about it. Is like I'm doing what I was doing as a kid to escape from the reality of what I was going through.
Yeah.
Now I get to do it as a job. I get to come in here each and every morning and live out a dream that I recently kind of just had in my college days. I mean, you really can't complain. You can't get upset. And like I said, when the days are hard, you just got to look at yourself, smile in the mirror and say, this is truly where you want it to be where your feet are, and be glad.
You're the only person in FBS history to accumulate 1,000 rushing yards at 3 different schools. Did it at Temple, Vanderbilt, last year at Kentucky. Only guy to ever do that. My question, though, is, having moved from system to system, how much easier has it made you picking up this system here with the Bills? You had to do it 2 other times before you even got here.
Yeah. At Kentucky, it was a lot easier just because my offensive coordinator was an NFL coordinator.
Okay.
He came from the Rams, and he did a stint at Kentucky.
Coach Cohen, right?
Yeah, Cohen. Yeah. So that was a huge motivation factor for me to go to Kentucky, just so I can learn an NFL type of offense and understand the IQ of the game. But the other 2, my freshman year, it was a lot different. I came from a triple option offense where it was just take the ball and run.
Yeah.
So you had to learn the front. You had to learn a lot of things, and I would say I truly learned football at Vanderbilt, though.
Okay.
Right.
Just being at a program like that where we had to persevere and we had to fight for just the respect for guys. Nobody respected us at that time, so it was about just going in and having to understand that you have to be physically and mentally tougher than a lot of your opponents, and it was about learning the game.
So what do you think? You look around the locker room now, and this is this is a good football team you're on now. You give us an idea of your thoughts about the guys you're playing with and what they're saying about this year and where they're headed.
I love the guys I'm playing with. When you walk into a locker room, you get to go to battle and go to war with another guy who's trying to prove themselves and make a name for themselves. I mean, you always love that because they pull a type of aggression and energy out of you. I think being around the guys, like I said, my running back room, Ty and James and Ev and Frank, like I want to compete with them each and every day to get better myself, but I want to push those guys to get better. And then understand that when you have a great quarterback like Josh who's going to push you to succeed and know the things you need to know, I think that also makes me want to go out there and just grind even hard for him and just the rest of the guys we got, just to earn their respect. That was something that was very big for me to come in and just earn their respect and prove to them that, I belong here and I can play ball.
Yeah. So I know you're not going to want to get too far ahead of yourself because you got a preseason game, coming up this weekend. But come week 1 or the regular season, how much family is going to be coming in to watch a pro debut here? I mean, your dad, maybe your foster parents. Before your dad got re-awarded custody and all that stuff. Like, what kind of family might be coming in come regular season time?
Yeah, a lot of family came in college. So this time around, I actually told the family that it was going to be a short list, that I just want to focus on just playing.
Gotcha.
And just having fun and
don't get
enjoying the
distracted.
process and not getting distracted. And like I said, thank God we got TVs because those flights from California all the way to Buffalo, New York is
it ain't cheap.
It ain't cheap.
Believe me, I know. Yeah, yeah, right. That's kind of cool too, though. You got to get. Because one of the transitions you have to make is you're kind of on your own now. You don't have a dorm to go live in college. You kind of got to get your own place. You got to find your own way of doing it. A support system off the field. How's it? What's your thoughts about where you're headed? You could be here in Buffalo for a decade. You don't know.
Yeah.
Right.
I think walking into practice each and every day, I have that mindset that, at the end of the day, I got to just go out there and play like I'm going to be here for the rest of my life.
Right.
If I start to have any type of doubts or any type of uncertainty, then that creeps into just the confident level that you have. So you got to be able to walk into a building or any place, whether you have a job and you've been there for 2 weeks, you got to walk in there like you've been there for 5 years. You got to be able to have that comfort level. So that's something I've been able to do, is just walk in and be confident that I hope that I'm here for the next couple of years. I'm hoping here for the year, whatever the case may be. It's about just being where my feet is and enjoying the process.
All right, so it is time now for this week's Timbits Timeout, presented by, of course, Tim Hortons, where we solicit the fans to ask Bills players a unique question. So I'm going to reach in and see what the question is this week from the fans. This one comes from Ryan Thomas, and it reads, "Hey, Ray, who was one of your all-time favorite running backs growing up?"
I would.
Is it a short list or a long list?
I'll go 2. Can I get
Two?
2?
Yeah,
in
yeah.
there? All right, got to go Sean Alexander.
Okay.
Got to go throwback. His Seahawk days were crazy.
Right. Yeah.
And then I got to go another Seahawk, which is a hometown legend, Marshawn Lynch.
Okay.
Yeah,
Got to go
Marshawn was a
Marshawn
former
Lynch.
Bill, yeah.
He's a hometown legend back in the Bay. And that's just somebody that I've always looked up to growing up. He was able to come back to the Raiders, and you saw what he did for that. And obviously he was here in Buffalo for a little bit. So I got to go Marshawn and Sean.
Okay. Do you feel like your running style is a little similar? Do you have? I mean, I've seen some guys bounce off you already. You got a little beast mode in you? Or?
Yeah, just a little bit. I try to mix it up, but it's crazy during the draft process to be able to be compared to one of the all-time greats, in my opinion, and to be able to play with his son is even more crazier. But Frank Gore, I've heard some comparisons there, and you can't compare it to a legendary guy like that. But I was happy to hear that there was some comparison there.
Yeah. Well, Ray, thanks for giving us some time. We appreciate it.
Appreciate that.
Good luck in the preseason finale this weekend. Get yourself tuned up.
Stay in one piece.
I got you.
Yeah, stay in one piece. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Man.